Hi, my name is Joan and welcome back to my channel. We are rebranding, okay? I'm in a new creative journey. I have so much more time on my hands and I just really want to get in the experimenting type of mood. So when I was scrolling TikTok one day, I came across this video by Donovan Barrett where he talked about how he's going to create 500 pieces of content across 5 different platforms in 30 days. I was like, that's crazy. I don't know how you can pull that off in a month. And he even said 500 pieces is very much. It's a lot. But this is just something that he wants to do and build his business up. I think that was like his primary. And so I thought, why don't I do that? I have not really posted like consistently across a lot of the platforms I'm on in a while. And now that I do not have a job, spoiler, because I'm making a video about that, I want to post online again. I want it to feel like, honestly, lockdown, like May, June 2020 is when I started posting on YouTube like consistently. And honestly, I want that again. The whole point of my YouTube channel is self-expression. And also I want to use this as a jumping off point into a media career. I used to say a traditional media career, but if you're really keeping up with the way Hollywood is right now, by the time I get into it, or by the time I figure out, it's not going to be traditional anymore. The traditions have changed. That's the point of this YouTube channel, and that is the main point of this challenge. Instead of 500 pieces of content, I'm going to shoot for 100 pieces of content in the course of 30 days, spread across 5 different platforms. So what are my goals for this experiment? My goal is quantity over quality. Donovan himself is like a marketing manager or has marketing experience, and something that he did say that he stresses to people in these businesses or in these situations is that when you're trying to rebrand or introduce yourself to a new market, you need quantity over quality. I know the stuff I'm going to make is going to be quality. I just need to post and see what sticks. Again, I've been using a lot of my social media, but most of my YouTube channel as a way of self-expression. I am my own target audience. You know, I love posting online. I love for people to see what I'm posting, but more times than not, I think my YouTube channel serves as a firm reminder of what I am capable of. Usually when I go through really sad bouts in my life and I feel very insecure and I feel very self-conscious, I find myself watching a lot of my old YouTube videos and they're entertaining to me. I love watching the video essays back because I'm like, yeah, I think about this stuff all the time. I want to make an essay about it, and I love media. I love media analysis, and I want to do more of that. I want to do different realms of that. Another reason is to experiment. Being okay with the fact that not everything I'm going to make is going to stick. If I let go of all expectations, just let it go and not worry about what's going to come up and only worry about the next step in the process. I'm only thinking about the steps to completion. And I think this challenge would force me into not thinking so hard and just completing the task. The last reason is to build consistency. Eventually, I'm going to have a full-time role. But until then, I do want to make content again on a consistent basis. And at least with this 30-day challenge, it's a kickoff point. You know, eventually it'll probably die down a little bit. You know, I won't be working across so many platforms for 100 posts. Like, you know, obviously it'll be less than that once I have a full-time job. I just really need a kick in the ass to get going. I'm using this challenge as a way to prove to myself that I do have the creative capabilities that I know I do. We are going to be working with 5 platforms. The main platform that we're going to be sticking with is YouTube. Everything from my YouTube channel is going to trickle down into TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels. And then the platform after that will be Substack. And then the platform after that will be LinkedIn. Here are the reasons why I chose each of the platforms that I did. To start with YouTube, I love long form content. I've always been a fan of video essays, and I've loved the evolution of video essays on the platform, and I like how they could be as short as 5 minutes and as long as 3 hours. You know, I've also been a big fan of vlogs, primarily vlogs around creative people, whether that is like a small business owner, a clay artist, illustrators, film, food content creators. I just love those type of creators and people, and so I'm going to be focusing on experimenting with different long form content. I'm still doing video essays. I would love to get back into doing vlogs, especially around my unemployment journey and just, you know, giving some different leeway on what I can talk about online. I also want to experiment with pitch videos because I am a filmmaker. This is something I want to get better at, and I love fan casts and I love experimenting with different stories. So I think that'd be a fun way of doing so. Next are the shorts platforms. So TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels. So these are going to be probably the higher volume I'm going to post, and these are kind of more of commentary, any sort of like different themes I want to do. I have an idea of like doing mini series, one called As a Multi-Passionate Person, because I'm a multi-passionate person and I want to talk about all my other passions. And I also just want to give, you know, just a little bit more different experimentation with short form as well. The next platform after that will be Substack. I am a huge writer. Sometimes when I think about high school, and I would tell people all the time, I wish I could journal. And I've always felt this inkling when it comes to expressing my voice. I can't really do it with speaking sometimes. I feel like I stutter a lot. I get lost in my thoughts. And I think a part of that is, and growing up in a immigrant household where privacy and boundaries were non-existent, going to the journal, using the pen, and getting my words onto the page has made it so much better for myself. Like Substack, because it seems to have a different intimate experience, especially with words. I also want to challenge myself when it comes to my writing style and define it more. And then the last platform I want to use is LinkedIn. I have come so far when it comes to networking and connecting with people. I think this spring and summer has been the best when it comes to connecting with people, because I did the artist way and it really pushed me out of my comfort zone in that realm, because for the longest time I thought, oh, these people aren't going to talk to me, like they think I'm weird, they think I'm too much. And I'm like, you know what, let me just lean on the air of more times than not they want to help, or if they don't, they could forward me to someone who does. And more times than not, the latter is what happens. And I want to be a little bit up to date about what I'm up to in terms of my creative journey and my full-time job search. And also, I think I kind of want to shake up what's even being posted on LinkedIn. My sister thinks it's like a Facebook dupe, which I can see. I can definitely see that. But at the same time, I think it'd be really cool for a person like me, you know, someone in their late 20s, to post on LinkedIn, to give a different perspective about, okay, what does professionalism even look like now? Like, I know there's a certain level that I was accustomed to because I did work before the pandemic, and then the pandemic came and then changed everything. What, as a worker, as an employee, as a creative, how do I want to emulate that on a platform with other employees of all ages? And that's something that I also want to challenge with myself as well. At first, I came up with a framework in terms of where I was shooting and how many times I tried and post. But I mean, the whole goal of the challenge is to post 100 pieces of content. So like, I'm just going to post whenever I get done with anything. And at least for short form content, I at least want to post 4 times a day. And then for, I would say, longer form content like YouTube videos or Substacks and LinkedIn posts, I'm thinking more twice a week. But if, you know, other things come up, I'm totally going to do that as well. And I just really want to use this time to let go of all fears that I've had for a long time when it comes to my creativity. I'm very hopeful. I think this journey is going to teach me a lot. I think it's going to teach me a lot about resilience. It's going to teach me a lot about consistency. And it's going to teach me about having faith in myself. And I think that's the biggest thing I'm really going to walk away from. So if you're watching this video and you're interested in my journey, please subscribe. Please follow me on all my other platforms, which are in the description below. and I'm very excited to start this journey.